Hey there guys, what is up? It's me, Riley, and with all the hype and talk surrounding the Nintendo Switch, it's really easy to forget what we used to think was cutting edge and amazing handheld tech. That's right, I'm taking us back. Can't even see the screen since it's so weird and old and poorly lit. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was at a thrift store and they had an old DS Phat. Look at those curves for $7. So to all you kids out there who thought you had the original DS with your DS lights, this was the OG. And I'm like, hey, I really want to get this for my collection. So I purchased it. And as it was charging, I wonder what would happen if I spent an entire day with my phone on airplane mode, save making phone calls and sending text messages, and my only source of entertainment was a Nintendo DS Phat. It was an interesting proposition, and that's why tomorrow I'm gonna bring you guys along with me when I choose to bring a DS Phat as my only source of entertainment on a very long shoot that I am doing. And I won't be using my phone, won't be playing any games on my phone, won't be checking Instagram, won't be doing any of that stuff, just Nintendo DS Phat. So obviously, in addition to the console for this 24-hour extravaganza of taking it back to my childhood, we're going to have the console itself, a good old-fashioned AC wall-powered adapter charger thingy, and a fistful of games. See you in the morning. Alright guys, here we are. You can see I've set it on airplane mode. Only gonna be taking that off to like make important calls and texts. Otherwise, every single ounce of my entertainment and occupation will be taken up by this little beauty. Alright, it's very bright out and I'm standing here waiting for my Uber. I had someone order it for me, that's how dedicated I am to trying to not use my phone. And now I am just waiting for it to show up. We'll crack out the DS on the way over. My Uber arrived and took me in silence to the set, and it gave me my first out-of-the-house hands-on experience with a 13-year-old console in what was probably 5 years. And I have to say, my first impressions were pleasant. The DS Phat has a very pleasing feel. It just kind of melts in the hands with its thick, plastic, lightweight body curving to your hand, as opposed to the other DS models' more angular design which hurt your hands. However, the first thing I noticed was the whole awkwardness of the situation. I felt embarrassed pulling it out in an Uber full of people. This was mainly not only because of its size, but because of its childishness. There's obviously a big stigma around video games, namely Nintendo games, being only for children, and if an adult or teenager plays it, they're weird or childish. Even though I don't believe it, I was low-key feeling judged as I played Super Mario Bros. On the especially kitty-looking DS Phat. Once I arrived at LA Film School, I plopped down and played some more while I waited for my scene. The DS has a neat feature which was nixed a few models later. It can play Game Boy Advance games. Where's your god now? Unlike the DS Lite, the original DS has a larger body, which allows for the cartridge to slip into the slot flush, as opposed to sticking out on other models. Mario Kart Super Circuit sure was fun, but I wouldn't have long to play it as I needed to work on my lines before we rolled. Also, if you were expecting this bad boy to slip into your skinny jeans, you might want to look into cargo shorts. I eventually wanted to listen to a little music, but since I couldn't use my phone, I had to jam out to the Final Fantasy III Prelude theme using the DS's built-in headphone jack. Trademark. I wish I could tell you this segment was scripted. So, for the rest of the day, when I wasn't working, I was playing my DS, and the waves of nostalgia washed over my ears, making them feel like they were a kid again. Alright, references to my own stupid videos aside, it was super nostalgic, if not lonely. I played Super Mario mini-games and was reminded of the hours on set wasted with other kids going at these and having an absolute blast. Except, now there was nobody to play with. Just me and my memories of being cramped in a small room with 50 other extras huddled around their little glowing screens. It was sad to think that that will never happen again, and how my kids won't experience anything quite like it. The excitement you felt when your newfound friend was able to follow your car just close enough on the way home for the DS's to communicate through NFC for a solid 10 seconds before they flew out of range, never to be seen again. I miss those guys. Maybe listening to In My Life by the Beatles wasn't the best song to write this segment to, as it got really sentimental really fast. As a final note, the Nintendo DS Phat does not have the best screen in the world. It's not as bad as the Game Boy Advance SP, but it certainly isn't the blazing bright glory that is a Nintendo DS Lite or DSi screen. Whoa. You scared me. I didn't see you there. Welcome to EB Games. What are my final thoughts on the original Nintendo DS Phat in 2017? Well, first of all, I'd like to note the battery lasted like a champ. This thing, I'm talking a little quiet because I'm recording this really late because I have poor planning skills and I got home really late from set. So the battery on this thing lasted forever. I didn't even need to charge it once. It made it to about 50% at the very end there, and that's all I needed. The entire charge would last me 2 days of just constant play, which, if I remember correctly, is better than even the DSi and other models, but like that's based off my recollections of when I was 8, so let's not like 100% go off of that, but it feels really good. And the question stands, which I didn't present before, but I'll present it now: should you buy a DS Phat in 2017? Maybe. It all depends. It all depends. Now, personally, I had an amazing time with the DS Phat. I enjoyed I had fun playing games from when I was littler. I used it a lot throughout the day. It got a lot of good use. But this was mostly because I put a lot of arbitrary rules and restrictions on myself, like I can't use my phone, I can't do this, I can't do that, making it my only option. And as an only option, it fared well, but I can almost guarantee that if I had access to my phone, aspects such as like the social awkwardness that comes with, you know, the stigma around gaming in public, you know, like just that whole kind of thing. I feel like if that was in play, I would definitely be using my phone way more than this, because let's be honest, opening up your phone that can do anything is really a lot more convenient than slipping out a handheld, flipping it open. You got this big bulky thing, you need like complex startup and set down like modes. Like you don't think it would cost a lot of like energy and effort to turn on and turn off a console, but like when you get used to how quick your phone is, you realize how difficult it is to do that, especially on handhelds that were made a couple years ago when things moved slower. Obviously, this will never be a replacement for my phone or any sort of device, and if you already have a Nintendo DS Lite, DSi, DSi XL, Nintendo 3DS, 3DS XL, Nintendo 2DS, and whatever frickin' models they have of those, should you buy this? If you don't have it already, I mean, if you already have a DS, it's basically asinine. The only reason why I have it is because I found it for $7 at a thrift store, and I figured it'd be cool to add it to my collection. But unless you're looking to really add to your collection, or unless you find a really, really great deal, it's nice ergonomics and, you know, the little kind of novelty aspects of the old model aren't really worth it. You're not going to go out and spend the $20, $30 that they go for on eBay to get it, but I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was and my purpose, but it's really up to you whether or not you're willing to do it. But personally, if I had to do this day over again, I definitely would. In fact, I'm going to be going to Six Flags with Lindsay, which will most probably likely be vlogged, and if I vlog it, I will be sure to let you guys know that I will be bringing my Nintendo DS with me to play some games, because, let's be honest, playing Super Mario Brothers is really frickin' great when you're on the go, and when you don't have a Nintendo Switch, you gotta make do with what you have. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video that like kind of had a name to it and kind of didn't, and it was mainly just me having fun with this and putting it on camera in a somewhat video-y way. I hope you enjoyed it wholeheartedly. Do you guys want to buy a Nintendo DS Phat after watching this, or are you guys like, nah fam, I'm gonna save up for the Switch and not worry about that old crap? Slap that down in the comments. I'm really curious what you guys thought of this, because, you know, I obviously have my own perspectives. I'm curious what you guys are thinking, so stay positive and have an awesome day.